What's going on, everybody? Action Figure Expert here. And here's my little review on Iron Man 3. I'm going to go ahead and tell you this right now. If you don't want any spoilers, do not watch this video. Because let me rephrase that. I will be saying a bunch of spoilers. And so yeah. Exit this video right now if you do not want any spoilers. Alright, with that out of the way, where to start? Overall, the movie, Iron Man 3, to me, from 1 to 10, I only give it maybe like a 6.9, maybe a 7. Compared to the other two Iron Man movies, Iron Man and Iron Man 2, both those movies I automatically gave a 10 out of 10 when, the second I left the theater. But, I don't know, watching Iron Man 3, I was like, all the action sequences were great. What killed the movie for me was the overuse of the humor and comedy in the whole thing. And another thing, there were parts of the movie where they made Tony Stark seem, of course he's somewhat of a smart ass, and he can have an attitude, but they made him seem totally more like a dick, and even stupider. I mean, it just wasn't the same par as how he was Tony Stark in the first two movies, or even in Avengers. Personally, I'm thinking it's because, the director. Jon Favreau did the first two movies, and they were great. They were masterpieces. Those were movies that I'd watch any day, anytime, any day. But I don't know. I don't. This particular director, I forget what his name is. I'll have to look that up. But the way it was directed, personally, was, I don't know, definitely not up to par with Jon Favreau. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. One thing that really, it was sort of funny. It was funny, but I thought it was totally stupid. Okay, this is a major spoiler right here. It's totally stupid what they did with the Mandarin. The Mandarin being being what he was like, that was really, I don't know if uncalled for is the right word or not, but I mean, because in the first movie there was actually a terrorist group called the Ten Rings, so that made people to believe that the Mandarin was out there. But the way they portrayed him in the movie, it was just so, I don't know, overall just stupid. I'm like, when you're watching all the trailers and the teasers that have been made, they're making the movie seem like it's a lot more dramatic than the other two movies put together. But when you watch the movie, they just put too much humor and comedic things in there that, I don't know, it started to seem like a buddy cop movie. If I want a buddy cop movie, I'll go watch The Other Guys or Cop Out or something, but not Iron Man 3. And that really there sort of, I don't know, irked me about the movie. What they did with the Mandarin, and there's this scene that takes place, and I don't know, it took up, I don't know, like a good 20-some minutes, but there's there's this kid that he runs into in the movie, and I think there's just too much dialogue going on between those two. That role, that whole scene there could have been cut in half the time that they put into it. And you know, it's, I don't know. That's why I only give the movie like a 6.9, maybe a 7. I mean, Avengers was a 10. Both Iron Man movies were a 10. I definitely give Cap and Thor at least a 9. You know, and I don't know. It's, if it weren't for the whole action sequence at the end of the movie, I would have, you know, I would have definitely have only given the movie a 4, you know. Thankfully, that action sequence at the end of the movie, the whole thing, you know, the whole third act is what saved the movie for me, because there was just too much unnecessary humor, is what I'm saying. But yeah, there's my little rant, my little review on Iron Man 3. You know, let me know what you guys think of the movie. You know, comment down below, make a video response, all that good stuff. But yeah, overall, Iron Man 3, from a scale of 1 to 10, I only give it a 6.9. You know, it's I can definitely see it's not Robert Downey Jr. that you know, I don't think it's his acting. You know, I think it's the director and the writers of this movie compared to the other two movies. But I can probably understand and see why Robert Downey Jr. may no longer want to play Iron Man. You know, that, and then of course we all know there is a after, you know, there's a post-credit scene. And that, it was funny. The post-credit scene was funny, but overall, it sort of ticked me off that it wasn't your normal post-credit scene where you would have you know, where you would actually have some sort of hint to another movie. You know how all the post-credit scenes, or just about all the post-credit scenes, except for the Avengers one, you know, you had a hint to another movie that's coming out. I was expecting a post-credit scene, you know, where I don't know, would lead into Thor: The Dark World. Unfortunately not. But yeah, there's my little review. Iron Man 3, give it a 6.9 out of 10. Alright? Action Figure Expert, signing out.